Edmonton, how much are you truly willing to sacrifice for a Stanley Cup? How far will this franchise go? What lines will they blur? What storms will they weather to finally bring home the ultimate prize that has eluded them for far too long? The air in oil country is thick with a familiar tension, a blend of fervent hope and knowing anxiety as the Oilers once again find themselves at a crossroads. But what if the answer to their most pressing, most agonizing question, the one about the goaltending that stands between them and destiny, suddenly appeared not in a neatly packaged, universally celebrated hero, but in the form of a recently acquitted, highly controversial figure? What if the path to a potential game-changing talent, a netminder who could finally stabilize the crease, is now clear, but comes with a price far beyond mere salary cap dollars? This isn't just about hockey anymore. It's about a franchise grappling with its identity, its desperation, and the audacious choices it might be forced to make to secure its future and perhaps the future of its captain. Get ready, because the hockey world is about to witness a high-stakes gamble unlike any other. The Edmonton Oilers, a team perpetually on the cusp of greatness, a squad boasting two of the most electrifying talents in the sport, has long been haunted by a singular glaring weakness: the elusive, consistent, cup-winning goaltender. It's a narrative as old as time in oil country, a recurring nightmare that has seen promising seasons unravel and championship aspirations dashed. Despite the heroics of Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, the goaltending carousel has been a perennial source of anxiety, a position where stability and elite performance have been more of a wish than a reality. This season, the pressure is amplified not just by the weight of expectations, but by the looming shadow of Connor McDavid's future contract extension, a situation that demands the organization prove its unwavering commitment to winning now more than ever. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the need for a definitive solution in net has never felt more urgent. Then a seismic shift in the NHL landscape, a development that just weeks ago seemed improbable if not impossible. The National Hockey League, after a period of intense scrutiny and investigation, has officially lifted the restrictions on the 5 players involved in the highly publicized Hockey Canada trial, clearing their path to return to professional hockey. This is not a quiet announcement. It's a thunderclap that reverberates across the league, opening doors that many believed were permanently shut. Among these players, one name in particular sends a ripple of both excitement and apprehension through the hockey world: netminder Carter Hart. Hart, who had been accused of sexual assault, was acquitted earlier this summer in a Canadian court. Despite the not guilty verdict, the league had maintained a ban on Hart, along with the other players, from returning to NHL ice. That is, until now. According to a bombshell report in The Athletic published on September 11th, insider Chris Johnston revealed that Hart will be eligible to sign and play with any team in the league as soon as December 1st. This isn't speculation. It's a definitive green light from the league, a clear signal that the legal and disciplinary hurdles have been cleared. This situation means that the Edmonton Oilers, a team in desperate need of a starting goaltender, could suddenly find themselves with a clear, albeit controversial, path to acquiring a talent that at its best could be a game-changer. The opportunity, once unimaginable, is now tangible, forcing the Oilers to confront a decision that will define their season and perhaps their future. The connection between Carter Hart and the Edmonton Oilers is not a new whisper. It's a narrative that has simmered beneath the surface for months, intensifying ever since Hart and the other players received their not guilty verdict. The logic is compelling, almost too perfect on paper. Edmonton clearly needs a starting goaltender, a consistent presence between the pipes that can elevate their already potent offense to championship contention. Hart, on the other hand, will undoubtedly be looking for a fresh start, a clean slate, and an opportunity to re-establish himself as one of the league's premier netminders. The symmetry of their needs is undeniable. While the Philadelphia Flyers' Hart's draft team are also in the mix and certainly have their own goaltending needs, there's a compelling geographical and emotional pull towards Edmonton. Hart is an Alberta native, a local boy who grew up steeped in the rich hockey culture of the province. The idea of returning home, of playing for the team he likely grew up watching, adds an intriguing layer to this developing saga. For the Oilers, bringing in an Alberta native who understands the passion and pressure of the market could be a significant advantage, potentially offering a more seamless transition back into the demanding world of professional hockey. This isn't just about talent. It's about fit, about the emotional resonance of a homecoming, and the potential for a player to truly thrive in an environment where he feels a deep-seated connection. However, the chatter linking Hart to the Oilers has been far from unanimous. It has been the subject of a contested, often heated debate across oil country. Some fans, understandably, feel the club would be better off without him, citing the controversy and the potential for off-ice distractions. Their concerns are valid, reflecting a desire to maintain the integrity and focus of the team. Yet, despite these reservations, the prevailing talk, the dominant hum in the hockey world, has been for the Oilers to make a decisive push to sign the 27-year-old. This isn't a simple decision, it's a complex moral and strategic calculus that pits public perception against on-ice potential. Back in July, a piece in the Edmonton Journal quoted the fourth period's David Pagnotta, a respected insider who reportedly stated the Oilers were among the teams actively looking to bring in Carter Hart. Pagnotta's words, "I know there were some reports kind of linking them to Carter Hart," added significant fuel to the speculative fire. However, notable Oilers insider Jason Gregor, known for his direct and often contrarian takes, dismissed the notion just 2 months ago, stating unequivocally any report about the Oilers having interest in Carter Hart is incorrect. Edmonton will not be approaching him, even if he is found not guilty. But here's the critical point, the game-changing detail that shifts the entire narrative. That report from Gregor was roughly 2 months ago. In the fast-paced, ever-evolving landscape of the NHL, 2 months can feel like an eternity. Things have changed dramatically since then. The most significant shift? The Oilers are now mired in a swirling controversy regarding none other than Connor McDavid's contract extension. The talk, the whispers that are growing louder by the day, suggest that McDavid, the face of the franchise, the generational talent around whom this entire team is built, is reportedly unsure about the Oilers' path moving forward. This isn't just about money. It's about a superstar questioning the organization's ability to build a consistent winner around him, to provide him with the support cast necessary to achieve the ultimate goal. If that's indeed the case, if the captain's commitment is wavering, the team will need to do something, anything, to prove to McDavid that the club is unequivocally looking to win, that they are willing to take bold, decisive action to solidify their championship aspirations. Signing Carter Hart, a player who, despite the controversy, possesses undeniable talent and a track record of elite performance, could be a powerful statement. It wouldn't be the sole solution to all the Oilers' woes, nor would it instantly guarantee a Stanley Cup, but it would be a great start, a clear signal of intent to their captain and to the league. It would demonstrate a willingness to pursue every avenue, to take calculated risks, and to leave no stone unturned in their quest for victory. This isn't just about upgrading the roster. It's about sending a message, a declaration of ambition in the face of uncertainty. Of course, signing Carter Hart would not come without significant question marks. There's no telling what he could truly bring to the table after being away from a game for nearly 2 full seasons. The rust factor is undeniable. The physical and mental toll of such an ordeal impossible to fully quantify. While some reports suggest Hart has remained in good shape, maintaining his conditioning during his time away, teams won't know how good he truly is, how sharp his reflexes are, or how he handles the immense pressure of an NHL return until they see him in action. As such, the Oilers would undeniably be taking a risk on Hart, a calculated gamble in a high-stakes poker game. But then again, Edmonton could strike gold with Hart. This isn't just about a talented goaltender. It's about a player who figures to be someone with an enormous chip on his shoulder. Imagine the motivation, the burning desire to prove himself, to silence the doubters, to show the world that he still belongs among the elite. Since he might feel he has something profound to prove, he could transform into the solution the club has been desperately looking for in the crease. A motivated, driven force determined to reclaim his career and lead his team to glory. That might be wishful thinking, a romanticized notion of redemption. But at this point, with the Stanley Cup window potentially closing and their captain's future hanging in the balance, Hart and the Oilers could be willing to try anything. The potential reward, the chance to finally stabilize the most critical position on the ice, might just outweigh the inherent risks. So, as the NHL calendar inches closer to December 1st, the Edmonton Oilers stand at a precipice, facing a decision that could define their immediate future and shape the narrative around their franchise for years to come. The path to signing Carter Hart is now clear. A controversial but undeniably talented netminder is suddenly available to a team with a glaring need. This isn't just about adding a player, it's about making a statement, about demonstrating an unwavering commitment to winning for a captain whose future hangs in the balance. It's a high-stakes gamble, a calculated risk that could either lead to unparalleled glory or a new wave of unforeseen challenges. The blend of desperation, opportunity, and the sheer audacity of such a move makes this one of the most compelling storylines in hockey. The Oilers must now weigh the potential for redemption and a cup-contending goaltender against the inevitable scrutiny and the inherent risks of bringing a controversial figure into the heart of their team. The stage is set for a decision that will reverberate far beyond the ice, impacting the very soul of Oil Country. So, Oilers Nation, what's your take? Does the thought of Carter Hart in the copper and blue ignite a spark of hope, or does it fill you with apprehension? Do you believe this is the bold, decisive move the Oilers need to make to prove their commitment to Connor McDavid and finally chase down the Stanley Cup? Or is it a risk too great, a distraction too profound? We want to hear every single one of your thoughts, your passionate arguments, and your wildest predictions in the comment section below. Your voice, your passion, is what fuels this incredible journey. And if this deep dive into the Oilers' high-stakes decision-making and the potential return of a controversial talent has got your heart racing, then don't hesitate. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for all the latest breaking news and in-depth analysis, and make sure to ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Until next time, keep cheering loud, because the greatest stories in hockey are still being written